Have you ever thought about what happens to your CPF savings after you pass away? Most people assume that their CPF money will automatically go to their family. But in reality, that's not how it works. Without a CPF nomination, your savings go through a legal distribution process that can take months and even years. And your family might not receive the money the way you intended it to be. The good news is that making a CPF nomination is easy, free, and ensures your hard-earned savings go to the right people without unnecessary delays or fees. So in today's video, we're going to break it all down, what a CPF nomination is, why it's important and who can make one, and of course, how to do it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to protect your CPF savings and ensure your loved ones receive them smoothly. Hi, I'm Fer from Dollar Bureau, a personal finance platform that talks about insurance, investments, and financial planning. Firstly, what is a CPF nomination? Let's start with the basics. A CPF nomination allows you to decide who will receive your CPF savings when you pass away. It covers the money in your ordinary account, your special account, your Medisave account, and even your retirement account. It also includes any unused CPF LIFE premiums and discounted Singtel shares you may own. Think of it as a will for your CPF money. It ensures that your CPF savings go directly to the people you choose in the exact proportion you decide. But that's just half the story. Understanding what CPF nominations does not cover is equally as important. So, what is not included in a CPF nomination? While a nomination takes care of your CPF savings, it does not include everything. For example, if you use your CPF savings to buy a property, that property isn't included in your CPF nomination. Instead, the property follows the inheritance laws that apply to property ownership. The same goes for payouts from the Dependent Protection Scheme, also known as the DPS. The DPS is a separate insurance policy, so the payout goes directly to the beneficiaries listed under the policy. And if you've invested your CPF savings through the CPF investment scheme, those investments are handled separately and won't be distributed through your CPF nomination. So while making a CPF nomination is a great way to ensure your CPF savings are passed on properly, it's important to remember that it doesn't cover everything. Now that you know what's included and what's not included, let's talk about who is eligible to make a CPF nomination. Making a CPF nomination is straightforward, and most Singaporeans are eligible to do it. As long as you're at least 16 years old and of sound mind, you can make a CPF nomination. Being of sound mind simply means that you can make decisions for yourself and fully understand the consequences of those decisions. If you meet these criteria, you can make a CPF nomination online or in person at a CPF service center. But before you rush to make one, it's good to understand who you can nominate. The good news is you can nominate almost anyone. You can nominate your spouse, your children, your parents, your sibling, friends, or even a charity. Your nominee doesn't even need to have a CPF account. However, the way your nominee receives the money may differ depending on their situation. If your nominee is under 18 years old, their CPF savings will be held in a trust by the Public Trustee's Office until they turn 18. If your nominee is a bankrupt, their CPF money will go to the official assignee to settle debts. If your nominee is mentally incapacitated, their share will be managed by a court-appointed deputy. So while you have full control over who you nominate, it's also important to understand how the money will be handled in different situations. Now, what if you want to nominate multiple people? Lucky for you, you're not just limited to just one nominee. In fact, you can nominate as many people as you want. However, if you're making your nomination online, you can only list up to 8 nominees. If you need to nominate more than 8 people, you have to head down to the CPF Service Center in person to complete the process. Now, what happens if a nominee passes away before you? If one of your nominees passes away before you, their share of your CPF savings will be redistributed among your surviving nominees in the same proportion as you originally specified. But if all your nominees pass away before you, your CPF savings will then be transferred to the Public Trustee's Office and distributed based on Singapore's intestacy laws. That's why it's always a good idea to review your CPF nomination regularly and update it when necessary. Next, when should you review your CPF nomination? Your CPF nomination isn't something that you just set and forget, because life changes, and when it does, your CPF nomination should change too. So here are some key moments when you should update your nomination. Number one, when you get married, your CPF nomination is automatically revoked when you get married, so you'll need to make a new one. Number two, when you have children or a new child, you may want to add them as a beneficiary. Number three, upon a divorce, unlike a marriage, divorce doesn't automatically revoke your nomination, so if your ex-spouse is still listed, you'll need to update it. Number four, if a nominee passes away, you may want to reassign their share to someone else. Since updating your CPF nomination is free and only takes a few minutes, it's always worth reviewing it from time to time. So, how do you actually make a CPF nomination? Let's walk you through the process. If you're doing it online, follow these steps. Just pause the video to read. And that's it. Making a CPF nomination is one of the simplest and most important things you can do to ensure your savings go to the right people. It's free, takes just a few minutes, and helps your loved ones avoid unnecessary delays and fees. So if you haven't made your CPF nomination yet, now is the time to do it. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions about the CPF nominations. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more practical financial tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.